Our next speaker is someone who speaks out against the war on terror in general, but also takes a very clear position over Islamophobia. His name is Mohammed Ali. He's the CEO of the Islam Channel.
Brothers, sisters, friends, comrades, peace be upon you, and good afternoon to all. Our friend failed to give my proper introduction and to see who I am. According to the British media, I am everything which finishes with IST. I'm an extremist, I'm an Islamist, I'm an ex or terrorist, and I'm everything which finishes with ist. Friends, straight after the Woolwich, I was driving home. I took the last turning towards my house, and I found the police encircling my neighbor's house. So I thought, gosh, something is happening in my neighborhood. And you know that blue ribbon going all the way from my neighbor's house. Then it continued. So I thought it's the area. I turned to the left, to the other left, because my house is a corner house. And it stopped there. So I realized it's not my neighbor, it's my house. And as I stopped, parked my car, came out, and a very senior police officer on his talkie-walkie and asking, is that 3 Alexander Avenue? And she confirmed, yes, that's the house. I thought, gosh, what's happening? What was happening is there were an attempt to burn my house. Why? Simply because apparently I look like a proper extremist terrorist. If you ask someone, when I went to Denmark, you remember those cartoons about Prophet, all the pictures were like me. All of them looked like me. Because we don't know how the Prophet looks like 1400 years ago or 1500 years ago. They didn't have photography in those times. What really they want to do is to divide us. But I want to ask you, is really the divide now? Clearly there is a divide, but is really the divide Muslims against non-Muslims? Is it really a Western civilization against the Muslim civilizations? Do you think that is true? That is not only not true, but it is impossible. But if there is a clear divide, and if it is a real divide, is between two kinds of people, and those people, both of them, the two categories, they are everywhere. Wherever you go, you will find them. They are the big ones, the fat ones, the ones who organize everything, and the poor ones on the bottom. Have you ever seen a senior politician in this country? Have you ever seen one of the top thinkers calling themselves? Have you ever seen someone from the city sending their sons to war? Have you ever seen? The people who go to war from both sides are my kind and your kind, are the poor people, are the ones who were left out of this capitalist system. And they want to convince us that we have to kill each other. Simply why? Simply because one is white, one is black, or one is Muslim, one is non-Muslim. That is complete rubbish. Because after that, they are the ones who are making the deals. They are the ones now who are signing deals in Iraq. After the war is over, they will be the ones signing the deals in Syria. They are the ones who are signing the deals right now in Afghanistan ahead of the pullout. And that's what is happening. I always said, our kind of creature, mankind, human being, we went through so many phases. And so many, at every time, there are thinkers who convinced us of something, and we blindly followed it. And it is time we warn against it. Sometimes they convinced us and made it absolutely ethical that man can enslave his fellow man, the only reason the color is different. One is black, one is white. And it's given the right, it was given a right to the white man to enslave a black man. And it was absolutely right. When the Act of Parliament in this country was passed to outlaw the slavery, Church of England got a compensation of £10,000. It was their lost art. Because it was ethical. It was normal. It was the French Revolution who came with the big slogans, fraternity, equality, liberty. They are the ones who went out and colonized half of the world. It's the people of the Enlightenment who went out and colonized every piece of the world. And it was perfectly fine. It was only the madness of Hitler in the Second World War that finished colonialism. However, as mankind, and in our common sense, our common human being that dictates to us, and we came to common sense and we decided, you know what, slavery is wrong. And no one can dare nowadays, doesn't matter where they live, doesn't matter what religion they adhere to, doesn't matter what states they have. No one nowadays can dare to talk about slavery. South America, they fought a war to keep slavery because they needed it. And it was ethical. Colonialism, it came time, colonialism is over. And that's why tiny islands like Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago and those places, they took their independence from the mighty British Army. And it is time nowadays, we're coming to a stage, whether we like it or not, whether Tony Blair likes it or not, whether George Bush likes it or not, and we have to prepare ourselves. I know David Cameron said the multiculturalism has failed. He's absolutely wrong, because that's where we are going. Finished. Doesn't matter how many boundaries you are going to have. Doesn't matter how many police forces you are going to have. We are moving as human beings in our lifetime. Every single country on earth is going to be multicultural, multi-faith, multi-race, and we have to embrace it because it's good for that to happen, and we have to prepare ourselves for it because that's the future. That's where we are moving. Anyone who thinks other than that, he's completely wrong. Take a small, very conservative place like Dubai. Very conservative. Bedouins. Nowadays, over 90% of Dubai people, and this happened in the last 20 years, not long, over 90% are not from Dubai. In fact, 70% of those who live in Dubai are not Muslims. Maybe over 75% are not even Arabs, they don't speak Arabic. And that's how everyone is moving. So we have to embrace it. Yes, there are thugs here and there, the killers, the murderers of Woolwich, the likes of the EDA. Those people, they will be barking forever. But the truth of the matter, we as human beings, we are moving to be together. We have to make sure that those politicians do not derail the process, and in the process do not make us kill each other. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.